to the channel. Today we're going to be testing the brand PIXI by Petra or PIXI Beauty. I'm going to show you through some of their new products. They've been growing a lot lately, and they've also launched a few collabs with influencers, which I think is always amazing. So we're going to start with primer. If you're a regular watcher, you might know that I love the PIXI by Petra Flawless Beauty Primer, but today we've also got the Flawless and Poreless Primer. I'm going to use a little bit of the Flawless Primer, which is kind of tinted but fades into skin, and I'm going to use on the outer parts of my face. And then during the summer is when I feel like I need the most mattifying primers. We're going to apply a little bit of the Flawless and Poreless Primer, and I've never tried this one. You know, I love the other one, absolutely love it, but I haven't tried this one, so hopefully it's not too thick and silicone-y. It doesn't feel silicone-y at all, actually. A little bit goes a long way. For our base today, we're going to use the H2O Skin Tint Tinted Face Gel. So this is the lightest shade, which is number 1, Cream. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what to expect. Don't know if it's going to be fair enough. Hopefully, yes. They don't have a lot of shades. I don't remember how many, but it's like 4 or 5, 6. It's a lot like thicker than I expected. I think this is going to like fade into skin though. But the shade, it might be a little bit darker than me, but it isn't too dark. And at the same time, it's a little bit like ashy, which I like. My skin really likes ashy tones, you know, just to give a little color. And then we're going to go ahead with concealer on the parts we have the most trouble with. I have right now like combination dehydrated skin. It does get flaky sometimes, so I don't like really heavy foundations. I try to avoid them, especially if I don't have anything to correct. I've been wearing my foundation lighter and lighter every day. It feels amazing. Like the lighter I can use my foundation, the lighter I will use it. Okay, we've got a nice like sort of even Radiance base. We're gonna go ahead with concealer just under eyes and a little bit of dotting on my blemishes. The concealer I have is called the Pat Away Concealer Base. So this, I think, is sort of like the Tarte Shape Tape, you know, that type of concealer that is a little bit thicker. The shade is the lightest shade, which is called Cream as well. It's a little bit lighter than the foundation, but it's, again, it's a very ashy shade, if you know what I mean. It's like a little bit grayish, which my complexion really adores, but it might not be like amazing for everyone. But I like that it's a Shape Tape sort of concealer in this case because I can apply it directly to my blemishes. Honestly, this is fine. I've been just going out like this. I'd rather have a really luminous soft base and then see a little redness peeking through than have a completely caked face, but you know. I like this a lot for pimples. Under eyes, it might be a little bit too heavy. I don't know if they have like a lighter option because my under eyes are really, really dry and really flaky most of the time. We're gonna go ahead to the powder stage, and I am using the Color Correcting Powder Foundation. Again, the shade is the lightest shade, which is Cream. And this is what it looks like. It looks pretty fair, which I like. It's getting to be warmer weather, so I want a luminous face, but at the same time, I do want to set my face. This is, yeah, it's not too matte, I think. I'm not feeling it like the sensation of tightening or anything. And it doesn't give a really matte expression. It just sets everything. So, okay, let's start with the Chloe Morello palette, which is this one. We have sort of an all-in-one palette. So we have blushes, and these shadows can be used as eyeshadows, as highlighter, and as brow powders even. So I'm gonna start mixing this and this just to kind of set the base here. And then I'm gonna go into the Dulce Candy palette, which is again a multi-usage palette. So this is what it looks like. They're all shimmers, and you can obviously use this as bronzer, blush, highlighter, eyeshadow. They're super creamy. I'm gonna take this one first. It applies sort of like a cream shadow, to be honest. It really is that creamy. To add a little bit of extra pizzazz, I'm gonna go into this shade, and I'm just gonna apply it to the center of the lid, just to give a little extra dimension. I'm also gonna apply it a little bit here on the lower lash line in the inner corner. Then with a pointy one, I'm just gonna go into Bon Bon to create a little kind of depth and do the lower lash line. So, and then again, just back on the Chloe Morello one and go into the matte brown. Just kind of do the outer corner a little bit. Go into this one. This is the Lash Booster Mascara. This is what it looks like. Neither of the mascaras had ones that really spoke to me, but this one had amazing reviews. So let's see. It is definitely one of those that I'll probably have to apply 3 times because it's very, oh crap. It applies little product. So if you have like natural curly lashes and you just want to tint them, this will be good. But for me, I'll have to like work around it. This is 3 layers. It's definitely not a mascara I love, absolutely love, but it is workable. I wouldn't recommend it if you have like tiny lashes or lashes that are super straight and you want to curl them. I don't think it's the best one for that. The left side has barely even lifted. And I made a lot of mass in the background. On the brows, I'm gonna use the Pencil Gel Natural Brow Duo. And this is the shade Natural Brown, which was the ashiest brown I found. So it's slanted and it's quite thin and sharp here. The shade is practically a matte. At the same time, it is a hard pencil, so you have to, you know, insist with it. But because of that, it also allows for fewer mistakes. It creates a really natural filling for the brow that is kind of rare these days. This is the filled out brow. This is the other one. Let's go now to the brow gel part. You guys know I love brow gels. This is the spoolie. This is what it's like. It's like thin and precise. Let me get a sense. It has color, which is here, but it's sort of like translucent, so it's not completely color. It's just like a whisper of color. I really like this brow product. Definitely gonna be using this. And we're gonna go back into the Chloe Morello palette for the blush. I'm gonna use this one here, which is called Promise. And it's a peachy, not completely matte, but very subtly shimmery. It's quite pigmented, as you can see here. Have a light hand if you're fair, but nothing we can't fix with a beauty blender. But it is such a nice color. Let's just go ahead once, because this side was a little too much. We're gonna go into the Dulce candy again. I'm gonna take a fine brush, just go a little bit into this one first, the first one, and just, oh, it's such a nice shade because it's not too wide. It has that champagne-y sort of quality. It's not too textured as well, but at the same time, it's very potent. It doesn't emphasize my pores, which I'm kind of always worried when I use a potent highlighter. And then with the same brush, I'm just gonna go into these 2 shades and kind of mix them up a little bit. And do a little like contour. Light contour because it is shimmery, and also I like light contour. And the products have completely distracted from my blemishes. So even though if you see really closely, they are peeking through a little bit, you can barely tell because wow, I'm really impressed. For my lips, I'm gonna apply first a matte lipstick. This is the Mattelast liquid lip in the shade Matte Beige, which is sort of like a pinky nude. My Lips But Better shade. The paddle applicator actually allows for a really precise outline of the lips, which is really good. And you can leave as is, but I'm actually gonna go ahead and apply lip gloss on top just because I really love the lip gloss. And it's the PIXI and Chloe Morello lip gloss. It's called Lip Icing. It's sort of a lip topper. And the shade is called Cake, which couldn't be more appropriate. I'm just gonna let this dry a little bit. This has a sort of doe foot applicator, though it's kind of flat. And it doesn't apply much, so I have to be constantly dipping to get just a little bit. And this is the final look. a lookout for my Instagram because I'm definitely gonna do a little PIXI giveaway there. And I will see you in a few hours with, you know, the result of the day. Hey guys, so it's been 7 hours and this is what it looks like. I actually already filmed this, but I had to refilm it because I didn't turn my mic on, so yeah, I'm very excited about that. Anyway, it does look, I'm gonna come a little bit closer. It looks really flawless. Nothing is dry, patched, nothing is sinking into pores, nothing is crackling anywhere, which I'm really surprised because my skin usually cracks every foundation by the end of the day. And at the same time, I've been getting really oily on my nose, but overall, this whole look has a very beautiful balance between like sheen and dewiness, and it does not cross the line into oiliness. I mean, there's a little bit here like on the sides of my nose, but that's about it. And overall, I think after a day of work with warm weather, this is gorgeous. It looks gorgeous. It has such a nice balance, and it's the same kind of glow that I left with. So I'm really surprised because I thought these products would not be like long lasting at all. They'd be really cool and fun to wear for a couple of hours, but not for a whole day thing. But I was so wrong because look at me. The eyeshadows did not crease, surprisingly. I thought they would, especially because I didn't set them with, I didn't prime them with an eye primer. I just set them with a concealer, but they look good. The mascara did smudge a little bit here or here, but not too much. All the mascaras smudged under eyes with me, and this one was just no different. I'm not a big fan of it, but that's, I mean, the issue here is not part of the problem. The brows didn't move at all. The brow gel just kept them in place, like so tightly in place. I ate a donut, and because it was glossy, it all kind of came off a little bit. And so I took it off and then just reapplied the matte one, and that was about 5 hours ago, and I have not reapplied it since. I've eaten again, and I drank a milkshake, not through a straw, and it's still here. It's super comfortable, and it's just a really beautiful natural shade. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to click the little bell button so you know every single time I upload, you will get a notification that you can click right away on, or that you can just, you know, keep there until you have time to watch the video. I will see you in the next one. Bye!